Today on DC News Now, a shooting in the district overnight killed a man and injured two others. What we're learning this afternoon. The redistricting fight continues in Texas as House Democrats are still out of state to stop a vote on a new congressional map. What that could mean on Capitol Hill. Drone bathrooms return to D.C.
We all need to use the bathroom, and when it comes, it comes.
Reaction from the community after they were closed for nearly a month. Clouds sticking around with a chance for showers. Meteorologist Damon Matson is tracking your weather. And take a walk on the wild side, how the Maryland Zoo is using AI to take you alongside some of nature's greatest animals.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Shanika Grimshaw. On this Wednesday, let's take a look this afternoon. You can see very cloudy out there, but it's going to be comfortable. I feel like this is one of the only times you can really say that you're comfortable, especially in August. Meteorologist Damon Matson joins us with the latest on the forecast. And Damon, I know there's some haze there too from some smoke.
Yeah, a mixture out there, Shanika. If it wasn't for the clouds, I think we'd have a lot more of that haze built up, unfortunately, just like some of our friends to the north. But because we have such a cloudy sky, it's mixing some of that haze out. And that's one of the bright sides to this very overcast day we are experiencing. I mean, folks, it's pretty consistent. Just like yesterday, we don't have much sunshine breaking through here middle of the day on this Wednesday, and we won't be seeing much of that sunshine as these clouds do continue to stick around. Now, unlike yesterday, we actually had a higher chance for some rainfall in parts of the region, and we're seeing just that here for the early afternoon. Showers have been making their way across southern Maryland, Calvert, Charles, St. Mary's counties, seeing the soggy weather. But everybody else to the north and west, including in D.C., not a single drop. And this trend will basically continue, where we'll have the best chance for showers south and east of the district and I-95. But if you go north and west of the city, no rainfall is expected. But we do continue to see that very overcast sky. And one of the other bright sides to how cloudy it is, temperatures remain very much in check for the month of August. We'll see highs today just in the lower 80s. That is it. So staying on the cooler side, staying on the cloudier side, consistent as we go about this Wednesday. Now, as we get toward the end of the week, will we finally start to see some sunshine breaking back out and some warmth building back into the mix? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Developing now in the district, one person is dead and two others in the hospital after a shooting in Southeast overnight. It happened at around 11:30 on U Street near Florida Avenue. One man died on scene. Another man and woman were taken to the hospital for their injuries. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. Also in the district, a former DOJ employee was attacked by teenagers Sunday. And now President Donald Trump saying it's time for D.C. to crack down on young people committing violent crime. The president said if things don't change, as you can see right there, he will take over D.C., a threat he's made before. And President Trump said on Truth Social the law needs to be changed to allow for teenagers 14 and older to be prosecuted as adults and face lengthy prison sentences. The president also says kids continue to commit crime in the district because they're not fearful of any consequences, adding they aren't afraid of police because they know nothing will happen to them. He says Washington, D.C. must be safe, clean, and beautiful for all Americans, and more importantly, for the world to see.
Young man who was beat up by a bunch of thugs in D.C. And either they're going to straighten their act out in the terms of government and in terms of protection, or we're going to have to federalize and run it the way it's supposed to be run.
D.C. Attorney General Brian Straub told the Washington Post he couldn't comment on the specifics about the case, but called it disturbing. He also said when police bring cases with strong evidence against juveniles, they will be prosecuted. According to D.C. police, violent crime is down 26% compared to this time last year. An assault with a dangerous weapon is down nearly 20%, while murders are down 13%. Property crime, however, is only down 5%, and for motor vehicle thefts, those numbers are almost identical to this time last year. And nationally, crime is trending down. The FBI says there was a 15% decline in murders in 2024. Violent incidents dropped 4.5% last year, while property crime fell 8% from 2023. And there was also a slight drop in hate crime. And happening now, a press conference is about to start in Montgomery County. Law enforcement announcing an arrest of a suspect in the 1995 cold case killing of a D.C. police officer, Dina Campbell. She was found dead in her White Oak apartment. Campbell was a 4-year veteran of the force. And DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg is following this story for us, and we'll have more ahead at 4 p.m. And taking a look at these images, Montgomery County Fire and Rescue saying 2 women were involved in a car crash early this morning, leaving one trapped in her vehicle. It happened at around 6 along Colesville Road and Southwood Avenue in Silver Spring. Both women were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And some good news for visitors in the district. Number 1, a popular set of public bathrooms are back, and number 2, they're free. The Throne restrooms were closed for a month due to budget issues, and then there were threats to have to lay off workers in order to reopen them again. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg has that story.
Throughout D.C., there are 6 Throne bathrooms that have been used about 75,000 times since being installed in May of last year.
We all need to use the bathroom, you know, and when it comes, it comes. And so for me, that's awesome that I have this here.
But in July, people saw this sign on the door. Congress reverted D.C.'s budget back to 2024 levels earlier this year, causing the district to cut its budget by more than $1 billion. The Thrones were deemed essential by Mayor Bowser and got month-to-month extensions until July.
It's pretty terrible that we can't provide basic services to the people that live, work, and play here because we don't have control over our budget.
After public outcry, an emergency contract was signed last Friday with Throne Labs to keep them open at least through October 31st.
I think it's good that we have access to public bathrooms throughout the DuPont Park and the other various parks where these bathrooms do exist.
That's the goal, as the D.C. Council's 2026 budget included $1 million in funding for 10 bathrooms and a new position for a program manager at the Department of Public Works for a permanent district restrooms program.
This is an incredible service, and I'm not the same person I was 45 seconds ago, and it's because I had a bathroom to use.
That was Daniel Hamburg reporting. The plan is to add 4 new bathrooms to different locations, bringing the total number of free bathrooms to 10. And Throne Labs is working with the district to make that all happen. And meanwhile, police identified the man killed on Otis Place in the Columbia Heights neighborhood. The victim, Corderall Horn. They say he was found shot inside of a home in the district, adding that 3 men were seen jumping into a black sedan and driving off. And in Virginia, a big drug bust at Dulles Airport. Customs agents arrested a woman for carrying 59 pounds of marijuana. They say the weed was found inside of her 2 suitcases. You can see there. She was flying from Las Vegas to Germany. Border Patrol says the drugs could have fetched up to $750,000 in Europe, and the woman faces multiple felony charges. Adventure Theater is helping kids in the district in domestic violence situations through a Snuggly donation. They'll donate over 60 new plush friends at the Montgomery County Family Justice Center, and that starts today at 1 p.m. in Rockville. And there were plenty of National Night Out events in Maryland. Laurel Police coming out big for their community, and their night of family fun included a petting zoo. DC News Now's Tim Reed has more on how special these celebrations are for neighbors.
As many as 200 attended National Night Out here in Laurel, Maryland. There were lots of fun activities for kids and families who got to meet first responders.
Council member representing Ward 2, Jeffrey Mills.
National Night Out in Laurel was celebrated by many Tuesday night. Law enforcement was on full display as first responders showed off police cars and equipment used to serve and protect. But there was also games and family fun and a petting zoo that was a family favorite.
My kids always remember the petting zoo and are crazy about the animals they bring. They definitely make it a family-friendly environment.
Police officials tell us the Family Fun event is designed to bring everyone together to celebrate community and to see first responders in person, and to allow residents to talk about public safety and other concerns they may have.
National Night Out is a great opportunity for fellowship with our community members. We have a lot of people who come out. They get to ask us questions about what we do, why we do it, how the strategies we use to keep the city safe.
The Tuesday event was from 6 until 8 p.m. and everyone we spoke to had a good time.
It just gives you, I would say, a place to really have that in-person conversation.
And National Night is a time when the community come out to law enforcement, see law enforcement as a partner, not just as someone who arrest people, but see them as a partner in a different light.
City leaders tell us they've been doing this annual event for years and can't wait to do it again next year. In Laurel, Maryland, Tim Reed, DC News Now.
And on the move this weekend, Metro says there will be summer construction on the Green Line. Those stations affected are Anacostia, Congress Heights, Southern Avenue, Naylor Road, Suitland, and Branch Avenue. Free shuttle buses will be provided, and that all starts this weekend, August 9th through 10th, and then next weekend, August 16th to the 17th. And still to come on DC News Now, Katherine Hogle is being held without bond after being charged for the murder of her 2 young kids. And how the Maryland Zoo is using AI to take you alongside some of nature's greatest animals. You're watching DC News Now at noon. Stick around. We'll be right back with more.